Hi. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina, and it feels so weird doing this. I am obviously back in my room. For those of you guys that don't know, I've been studying abroad the past few months, just got back. Not even just that, I'm doing a show breakdown today. Haven't done one of these in a year. Wow, I'm just really like, my head has been spinning for the past hour preparing for this video. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but like I said, give me a chance. I swear I'll get the hang of it again. I'm very excited. I'm doing a show breakdown, a new one for a show that recently came out that I've been anticipating for months, literally for months, since the first trailer dropped for, I think back in like November. Today we're gonna be talking about XO Kitty. Okay, so if you guys don't know what XO Kitty is, it is a show that recently dropped on Netflix. It is a companion series to the To All the Boys I Loved Before movies. If you don't know what those are, I don't know, I guess you've been living under a rock. They were movies that Netflix pumped out back to back, movies that were based off of the books by Jenny Han. If you don't know who Jenny Han is, she also made the show The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is based off of her books. XO Kitty is about the little sister from To All the Boys I Loved Before, and this is her spin-off series, and it's so good. Now, to give you some background information, I have never really gotten the To All the Boys I Loved Before hype. Like, I was there when each movie dropped and I saw the hype and the build for it. Like, I saw everyone screaming about Covey. I was just like, they're good movies. I just feel like I didn't really get much of the hype compared to others, but I saw the trailer for this show and I was like, this is such a cute concept. And so I was hoping if Netflix were smart, they'd be able to do this right and pull it off with ease. And oh, did they. Jenny Han, me and you got some issues, we got problems, but you ate this one thing. You ate this one thing. I gotta give you your praise, your credit, because XO Kitty is not based off of one of her books. This is like a passion project for her. She just went into Netflix boardroom and she said, I wanted to make history. And that's what this is. I have so much to say. Not that many characters to talk about, but still like a lot to say about every single person. Let's get started. If you don't know what my show breakdowns are, it's basically me talking about each character of a show that I've watched and, you know, talking about what they did that I did not like, what they did that I did like, and then I'm going to talk about what I did and did not like overall about the show at the very end of the video. So first character I want to get out of the way, Professor Lee. Nothing to say about this man other than I found him to be a little bit annoying and a tad bit pathetic, not gonna lie. He's giving like the teacher. We all had one of those teachers who like didn't choose to be really a teacher. They had bigger dreams, but because they didn't follow through with those dreams, they're grumpy and want to take all of their anger out on themselves onto children. That's what Professor Lee was giving throughout the whole entire show. And yeah, but we see potential. Okay, there's a little potential for him to like be a decent human being going on to the next season, if there is going to be a next season. But yeah, I have no thoughts about Professor Lee other than just like get some help. The way that he talked to Kitty sometimes, I was like, you shouldn't be talking like that to students. That's very, very rude. Just because you didn't follow through with your dreams doesn't mean you have to take it out on 16-year-olds. Get a job, like a job that you like. Also, him being rude to Alex, very unprovoked. Like, you guys are both teachers working in this establishment. The superiority complex you have just because of what, you've worked there longer. Weird. Because Alex never said or did anything to him that was out of pocket, but for some reason Professor Lee had some kind of like vendetta against him. But now look at what we got here. Gonna have to fix that up. If you want a relationship with your son, you're gonna have to fix that real quickly. Yeah, that's Professor Lee. Nothing much to say other than if you don't like your job, go do what you want to do. Be a rock star. Leave everyone else alone. Next character we have Professor Alex Finnerty. A hot Australian teacher. Loved him. The moment I saw him, I was like, you're gonna be a favorite of mine. He's just good through and through. I don't know, I like him. I like his face. And I like what he added to the show, because not gonna lie, I was confused as to where they were going with the subplot of Kitty trying to find out more about her mom and how he fit into that. But I like that. I like what they did with him in the show, his inclusion and what he brought. Good. Him being Mr. Lee and Gina's son, that's an odd mix. I can't wait to see next season. Also, half brother of Yuri. Again, mix. It's a mix that I would love. I'm dying to see the interactions between those four. Cause whoa. I like that he was always there for Kitty, like an adult figure that she could go to whenever she needed like help, other than from her friends. He was always there for her. Even when she was like theorizing about them being potential siblings, he never like called her crazy, which is what most people would do. He was kind of just like, okay, let's roll with it. Let's see. He never made her feel stupid. And I like that. Yeah, nothing much to say about him. Just a good, great man. On to Gina Lim, Yuri's mother. Bad parenting 101. Let's go through the list. Homophobic. Terrible trait, being homophobic. But being homophobic to your daughter. Ooh. Ooh. Sending your daughter's girlfriend across the globe just so you could avoid a scandal. Oh, this wasn't really her. It was mostly Yuri's dad, but publicizing your children's relationship just so your adult problems will still be okay. That's weird. Weird. Like, she's not the best parent in like over half of the show. But I'm rooting for her because she's changing. I can only hope for change from people, you know, like I want people to grow, and it's not too late for growth, obviously. Like, she wants to be a good mother. She just doesn't make the best of choices. Nobody's perfect. So yeah, she brought Juliana back, and she wants to actually have a relationship with both Yuri and Alex. So that's all I could really hope for. Just being a good mother to your children and leaving your trash of a husband. And that's what I got in the end. So I can't really be completely mad at her. It's just a lot of stuff that she did. I was like, you don't need to do this. And then she did it anyway. For the good of the family. Your homophobia is for the good of the family. Like, when she said that, I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Let's be serious. Her getting pregnant by Professor Lee and then using Kitty's mom's name at the hospital, like the grown-up mess, like I haven't even gotten into the teenage mess yet, but the mess with the grown-ups, oh, I was eating it up. Let's talk about how messy this show is for a second. This show and the relationships that take place throughout the show, oh, what a mess. Like, every time Kitty discovered something new, putting the pieces together about how the adults are connected, I was gagged every single time. Even when she was wrong, I was like, whoa, these adults got down and dirty in the 90s. I'm seeing it unfold with their children in 2023. Just so messy. But yeah, Gina, I'm just hoping that she's better next season so I don't have to be irritated half the time she's on screen. Because not gonna lie, the mother, her face card's on 10. She's beautiful. I don't like being mad at beautiful people. Now let's get into the main characters. Let's get into it. Let's get into Minho. I'm gonna go easy real quick, okay? Because a lot of people are rooting for Minho on twitter.com right now. So I don't want to say anything that'll have the people in shambles or angry, but I feel like it's inevitable. I did not like Minho at first, as I'm sure a lot of people did. And now I'm not at the point of liking him. I'm just confused by his character. I'm genuinely just like, I don't really know what to make of you. I don't know what to say about you. He's rude and full of himself, but I mean, it wasn't bad until he started being rude to Kitty, which was within 5 minutes of the show. So that's when I was like, okay, I don't like you. And then as the show progressed, let's not be dumb. We know that a good enemies to lovers eats every time. But was I expecting him to get added to the roster of love interests that Kitty already has? No. No. And yet here we are. I don't know why he disliked Kitty. If you can give me any reason as to why, I would love to hear it. But I don't think there was one. I've rewatched the show twice now. There was no reason for him to dislike Kitty. other than the fact that he didn't want her with Day, but he never gave a reason as to why. Giving classist a bit, because he was saying that he loved Day with Yuri and not with Kitty, yet Day has had a relationship with Kitty for 4 years. So it's because Yuri is rich and somewhat famous, like she's in the public eye. And it makes sense because Minho is that way as well because he has a famous mother. So of course he has that mindset. But I was like, why hate on Kitty for this? Kitty has been dating your bestie for years. She comes down to visit her boyfriend. That has nothing to do with you. Like, he was way too caught up in the relationship. Even when he wasn't into Kitty, I was like, why are you even involved in this? This has nothing to do with you, sir. He literally gave her the nickname Portland Stalker. Why? Because he's Minho and he was bored. Nothing else better to do but be a menace. I'm telling you, the first half of the show, I was like, why are you here? Like, I was just so confused. And then Chisok happened and now he likes her. No, he doesn't like her. He loves her. Confessing your love for someone before a 9-hour flight that you have with them. Oh, that's bold and unnecessary and kind of rude. Because if I were Kitty, that would instantly make me turned off, make me irritated. Because now we're going to have to sit in an awkward silence the whole entire time. And that's not cool. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of him. Besides rude, rich, mommy, and daddy issues. His issues with his parents, I would love to see more. As bad as that sounds, I know. But like, we only got like the surface of it. And it was mostly from like the mom, which it looks like he loves his mom, but doesn't have much of a relationship with his dad because we never saw his dad. So I don't know. But I feel like there's potential for his character. It's just right now, I'm not really rooting for him. Because why? The build up to them being friends, if you could even call them that, like, I don't even know. But the build up to how they became friends was nice. And then it just like smack out of nowhere. He loves her. Whoa, like literally when the sex dream happened, I was like, whoa. 0 to 100 real quick. Let's back up. That's when the writing, I was already hooked, right? But then when that happened, I was like, whoa, they had me. Because I was like, where is this going? And then it went to places I did not think it was gonna go, but we're gonna get there in a second. Yeah, so now he's on a plane with Kitty going to LA. So they're like traveling together. So the development of Minho and Kitty is gonna be more focused on, I feel like, in the second season, because she's literally on a plane with him. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, also, I wanted to touch on this because it's something I noticed a lot. He's very insecure when it comes to his friendships. Constantly feels like he's being left out. Butting into all of his friends' hangouts and stuff. And I'm just kind of like, maybe you should just have a sit down talk with them about it. Q and Day aren't doing it on purpose. They just have their own separate things that they're interested in, that they want to do. And it's obvious that Minho is not into that stuff. But then like when Day says that, oh, he just wants to be with Kitty, like he has a girl that he really wants to be with, then you're putting Kitty down. And that's not going to make Day want to be closer to you. Like, I don't know. Like, he was upset that his friends were like distancing themselves, but at the same time, he wasn't doing anything to like help the situation. At some point, I was agreeing with him when he was mad at Day, because Day was doing a lot behind the scenes and not telling anyone about it. I was okay with him then, but I don't know. At some point, you got to look at yourself and be like, is it a me problem? And I don't think he did that at any point in the show. But yeah, like I said, I don't hate Minho anymore. I'm just kind of neither here nor there. It's a gray area for his character. But he has time to go up on the roster, in rankings, I mean. Not when it comes to love interest. I'm gonna be honest, I don't ship him and Kitty at all. But in terms of like a character ranking, he has potential because I find him really funny. Sometimes. It's just, I don't know what to do with him. Okay, so next up we have Q, the best friend that anyone could ask for. If you don't like Q, then there's something wrong with you. That's a personal problem that you need to reflect on, because literally everyone's best friend, the sweetest guy. I wish that I knew more about him though. He's the character that I feel like we know least about, yet he was on screen a lot. I feel like we don't know anything about him. Like, we know more about Florian than we do about Q. He was just there to be everyone's friend, and he's great at it. Like, he's a great friend. But give me more Q. They use his relationship as like a plot for him, like a plot device, and it's kind of just like, or like they use him whenever Kitty needs like advice or whatever, and they're walking around with their boba teas, and she's spilling gossip, and he's always there. But just like give me more Q of just him. Like, we know a lot about all these characters, but when it comes to Q, he's like the character I have least notes about, and that kind of made me upset. Like, I realized while I was hyping, there's not much here. Requests for Jenny Han, if you're watching this, more Q next season, meaning more storyline, more plot. Give me more. He's dating Florian, the French guy who doesn't like Marvel movies, correct? He's upset that Florian is cheating. Now, me personally, I don't know what that says about me, but I personally wouldn't care. But I understand why he does, because, you know, he's an athlete, good sportsmanship, whatever. Like, I get it, because it's affecting Day. Because that's, here's the thing, I had nothing bad to say about Florian anyway, but his reaction when Q said, you're affecting Day's spot, and Day's my best friend, this isn't good. When Florian said, well, I didn't mean to, that's when I was like, okay, Q, you gotta maybe dump him. Because Day actually works hard for that spot. Like, he has a scholarship on the line. He's going in the book studying nonstop. Your boyfriend bought answers off of some rando that you thought he was cheating on you with, and he doesn't care that he took your bestie spot, and now your bestie is gonna have to move out. Like, you're gonna need to dump him or report him. Sorry, hate to say it, but also I feel like you could do better. Like, I feel like in terms of like an actual like love interest, that he could do better, because I wasn't really getting much from Q and Florian. Gonna be honest, they were just making out a lot. Wasn't really getting much of the vibe of like an actual relationship. As far as I'm concerned, Q can easily dump Florian, get someone else. I know that they love each other, whatever, but it has to be done. Because Day having to, you know, lose his scholarship because of this, like, Q, we gotta do some reflecting. We gotta fix this. We have to fix this, please. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Q. Just dump your boyfriend. Report him to the school so Day can get his top spot back. Because even if he breaks up with him, that's not going to fix Day's situation. And we need to help out Day real quick, because he's going to be living out on the street soon. Dump your boyfriend. Get a new one. Kitty can set you up. Like, don't even worry about it. Now we are on to Yuri. Okay, let's get into it. At first, I was in the same spot with Yuri as I am with Minho, where I just didn't know what to say about her. I didn't know how to feel about her until literally the very end of the show. And again, I watched it multiple times just to see how I felt about her specifically. Because while I was writing my notes, I kept on having to go back and edit it, because some of my notes were mean, some of them were just like too nice. I think this is a good middle. So let's run it down, the issues that she has going on, okay? She's closeted. Her mom is homophobic. Her parents don't really care what she does with her time, up until the final episode with her mom. But let's just be real. Her parents don't really care what she's out and about doing, like 95% of the time. Paying Day to be her boyfriend. I wasn't mad about that, because it's not like she really... Did she know? She knew that Day had an online friend, but she didn't know that it was Kitty. Like, so I can't really blame her for that, but she didn't need to be rude to Kitty after finding out that she was Day's pen pal, girlfriend, whatever. Like, she didn't need to be rude. I feel like she became rude to Kitty out of nowhere just because like of this fake relationship. Because in the first episode, when they first meet and she gives her a ride, they were pretty chill. Like, I was expecting them to be like new besties. As soon as like the fake relationship started, she like was like, oh, you're leaving, boo-hoo. I can call you a cab if you want. Like, oh, like, no need for that. I understand that you're supposed to like keep up the act and you can't tell Kitty what's going on, but like, no need to be rude about it. Taking the gift that Kitty sent today on Chusuk. Weird. I know she explained that it's because she wanted to keep Day as a friend, and she thought that Kitty like going back to Day and Day taking her back would ruin their friendship. Doesn't make sense to me, because why would that ruin the friendship you and Day have? Like, let's put on the thinking caps real quick. Why would that ruin your friendship with Day? Like, sure, it'll end your fake relationship that he doesn't even want to be in the first place. Let's be clear. Like, this relationship He doesn't, like, he's been begging to get out of this relationship since episode 1. But let's move on. You guys already set the standard of friendship. Like, he's basically been there for you since you told him about the whole Juliana situation. And they, from what I can tell from this entire show, for the most part, he's pretty loyal, nice guy. Why would he dump you as a friend just so he can go back to the girl that he's been in love with since the beginning that you've known about? Why take her dead mother's necklace and wear it around in front of her? Like, I'm sorry, when she did that, I was like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, seriously. Granted, she did not know that it was Kitty's mother's necklace at first. But when Kitty went up to her and said, why are you wearing my mother's necklace? You should have put 2 and 2 together. Like, you should have put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, this is a sentimental piece of jewelry. Taking it off the moment she said it and giving it back. You putting it on, saying that you're going to keep it until, like, your fake relationship is called off so that way they can stay with you. Weird and unnecessary. Just so unnecessary. Like, that's when I was just like, I don't get you, because you're not, I don't think she's a bad person inherently. Like, I really don't think she's a bad person. She's just stupid, and at least she's able to be self-aware about the fact that she's stupid, because she even admitted, she was like, I don't know why I took that necklace. It's because I'm an idiot, but like, I don't really know. Like, let's just think before we act, please. For most of these characters, like, let's just think. Okay, so not only is she using Day to be her boyfriend, she also uses him to get good grades. You know, if you got the money to do it and he needs the money that badly, whatever. Her getting mad at Kitty for not telling her that Alex was her brother, I feel like she should have been able to listen to Kitty's side a little bit more personally. Like, I understand that's something that she has, like, she's in the right to be mad about, but I feel like she didn't even give Kitty a chance to explain. She wanted to talk about it mid-dance performance. Like, y'all are literally on stage. Why are you trying to talk about this while, like, giving a whole entire choreo? Be serious. Like, give her a chance to explain herself. They talked at the airport, so it was fine, but that whole entire scene was so unserious. I'm just like, okay, you can be mad, but at least give her a chance to explain, because obviously, like, her and Kitty at that point were pretty good friends. Like, she was looking at her as like a best friend. Kitty would have obviously had a pretty good explanation, and she did. It just wasn't her place to tell, and it wasn't. I mean, you don't have to forgive her, but at least hear her out. Like, please. That's Yuri. I like her. I don't know if it's obvious, but I think I like her. I just, like, she's not a bad person. She just makes dumb decisions half the time. And that's okay. We can move past that. And she has Juliana now. She's very happy, very in love with a black girl. Love to see it. I just want her to be happy and thrive now that her mom is supporting her and she can happily be with her girlfriend. Hopefully, I won't have to worry about her much next season. Like, hopefully, we're gonna be fine. But something tells me that's not the case. Okay, so let's get into the next character, Day. I love Day. I do, okay? And I feel like I'm the only one right now that does. And that's a little upsetting to me. Yeah, let's just go through it. So he has financial problems at home. Like, he can't pay for everything that the school requires payment for because it's a bougie ass school. So because he can't pay for the school's tuition, he ends up going to Yuri for money, whether it be for tutoring or just a fake relationship. Okay, fine. My problem with this is that he didn't tell Kitty about it at all. Like, he didn't tell Kitty anything about it before he even knew that she was there. Because again, she was surprising him. He had no idea that she showed up. So was he just gonna, like, fake date Yuri and not tell Kitty about it? Because, you know, they've been texting and calling back and forth for 4 years. Didn't think to mention, hey, I'm gonna be someone's fake boyfriend for like a day. Because at that point, he really did think it was just gonna be a day. He did not think he'd have to do it for like weeks, months, whatever. Still, day, week, month, doesn't matter. Should have texted, called your girlfriend asking if like she's comfortable with it. Because obviously he doesn't have feelings for Yuri. He's doing it for money, but still. Weird that he didn't tell Kitty about it. And it's even worse now because she's going to your school to surprise you, and now she looks like Boo Boo the Fool. He was on my hit list for that, but I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of hard to not like Day. He's a very likable guy. I don't know if it's like him or just like the guy that plays him. Very charismatic. I couldn't hate Day throughout most of the show. And a lot of people are not rooting for him for some reason. I'm just like, he's my favorite love interest for Kitty. I'm gonna be so real right now. And I'm gonna explain more at the end, but that's genuinely how I feel about him. Him lying to Kitty about having a lot of money, like why? What, that was so unnecessary. And she was gonna find out eventually. Why lie? Why lie? I hate when people do that anyway. Like, you've been talking to this girl for 4 years and you think that she's really gonna care if you have money or not. That was stupid of him. But other than that, I think everything else that he did in the show, for the most part, justified. Him not telling Kitty about the fake relationship, guys, he literally signed an NDA. He couldn't tell her shit. Like, I don't care. I don't care. He literally would have gotten sued for money that he does not have. Be so fucking for real. Not only that, because let's just remember, his dad works for Yuri's dad. So if he did anything wrong, his dad probably would have suffered too. And then where would that lead them? No money and bankrupt, broke, like in bottom of the barrel broke. So I don't know. I understand why he didn't tell Kitty, especially because like Kitty is kind of a blabbermouth. Let's just be real. Let's just be real here. So I don't know. I understand both sides. I understand why people are just like, he could have told her something, anything, but he literally could not tell her about the fake relationship or like him working for Yuri's dad or anything like that. Like he signed an NDA to a billionaire. I'm pretty sure Yuri's dad is like a billionaire. So yeah, I'm not mad. I see why he did it. It makes me upset. It does. Like he was frustrating me throughout the show, but I do understand why he did what he did half of the time. And so I wasn't mad. It was just really frustrating to watch because you could tell that he does love Kitty. Like even when he officially broke things off with Kitty, he was still there for her as like a best friend, because they're best friends first, which I really, really loved. Every single time that Kitty needed to like talk to someone, she always felt the need to go to Dave first, and he was always there when she needed him to talk about anything. Like it wasn't even just like him pining over her to be her boyfriend again. It was just him being there for her because they're friends first. And yeah, I really like that. I really like that he was there for her. Like besides Q, I think that he did a good job of like continuing to be her friend, even though they technically couldn't be together at all in any circumstance. So he was gonna fight Minho. I don't support men choosing violence over words. Some circumstances deserve it. This one didn't need it, but you know what? I did let out a gasp. I was surprised. I was seated for it. Don't agree with it, but I was tuned in for it. His response to Kitty coming out, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not mad about his response. I feel like it's a valid response. Like, why get together with me if you know that you're crushing on literally anyone? Like, he wasn't even mad about it being Yuri. He was kind of just like, if you have a crush on someone, why get back together with me in the first place? Which is a valid question. But then when he found out that it was Yuri, I was worried at first. I didn't think that he was homophobic or anything. His best friend is literally cute. Like, come on. But I didn't know how he would take it being Yuri is the one that Kitty's crushing on. He was kind of just like, I have to think about this. I need to like sit and think. I can't do this right now. Better than him saying something awful that he would regret later. I don't know. I'm fine with a walk off. If you need time to process the information, and that's fair, he does need time to process the fact that he thought his girlfriend was liking his best friend. Turns out his girlfriend is liking his fake ex-girlfriend. Like, that's a lot to process. I'm sorry. I would agree. He needed a minute to take it in. And then when he processed it, he chased her to the airport and then he got turned down. But we're gonna fix that. I'm really rooting for him. I really do think that he is Kitty's best love interest. It's always the first love interest that the main character goes back to in the end. So I have a feeling it's going to be Day because they have really good chemistry. Granted, Kitty has good chemistry with everyone. She has good chemistry with everyone. So I don't know. We're going to have to see about that. But yeah, also we're going to have to see about him in the scholarship situation. He won't be living out on the streets. I know I said that, but that's a little bit dramatic. He's not going to be living on the streets, because he has a house. Well, his dad has a house with his little sister. His little sister is adorable, by the way. The actress that plays her, so cute. He could just go back and live there, but that's obviously not ideal. So yeah, we're gonna fix the scholarship thing. Q, you're gonna have to get your boyfriend reported to administration, get him out of here. It's not even anything personal to Florian. I don't like, it's not even personal. It's just like, Day, Florian, let's be real. But yeah, that's Day. I love him to bits and pieces. Nothing y'all can say can make me hate this man. Like, sorry. Last character, but certainly not least, Miss Kitty. Everyone scream Kitty song Covey, the it girl, the main girl. Love her. Has never done me wrong. Ever. The best girl. In the To All the Boys movies, I found her character quite annoying. I'm not gonna lie. So I didn't know how the show would win me over in that regard for me to like, because here's the thing, like I said, from the first trailer alone, it got me because of like the premise. I thought it would be very cute, but I was also worried because the main character is the character that I like the least from the movies. So, whew, little did I know, she's now my favorite in the whole entire universe of To All the Boys. I think she's my favorite. Move to SK for her mom first, Day second. I know y'all are trying to like call her delusional or whatever for moving to a whole new country for a boy, but let's just be clear, the only reason she did that was because she found her mother's old school uniform from the school and like all of this yearbook stuff. Like, she didn't move for Day. It was just a happy coincidence that he was there. So she's not delusional. I mean, she's a little delusional, but I don't know. Life is more fun when you're delusional. And this proves it. She's having the time of her life. She's having so much fun. Good for Kitty. The matchmaker, let's talk about it. She is literally the matchmaker. She's doing it for free, but she should be getting paid to do this shit for people. So obviously she matched up LJ and Kavinsky. Like, let's throw back. But you really see it throughout this entire show, how she just does it for fun and how she's good at it. Her meddling in situations that she doesn't need to meddle in needs to stop a little bit, but she's aware of that. Like, she caught herself doing that and she learned by the end of the show. So I'm sure she's gonna do it again. But it's good that she knows that that's a fault of hers that she needs to work on, and that's okay. Everyone has their faults. Told everyone about the poopy baby Minho thing, and somehow she became public enemy #1 because of it. I'm sorry, this boy literally gave her the nickname that refers to her as a stalker. Like, I'm sorry, am I supposed to feel bad? Because I was on her side. And the fact that not even Yuri was against her, but Day was too when she did this. Are you aware that your best friend is like calling this girl that you apparently love like all of these names and spreading rumors? Like, Day, come on, let's work on that. So yeah, I was on Kitty's side because who cares about Minho? Like, poopy baby, boo-hoo, you'll get over it. I love Kitty. She's better than me in every way. Cause I'm sorry, if I was rooming with someone as much of a slob as her roommate, I would have had to file a restraining order. I would have had to maybe do some sort of lawsuit specifically, because what do you mean you've been recording me at night for people to see? That's when I was confused. I was like, Kitty, you found this out. You didn't file any police report? Like, I don't know much about the legal system of South Korea, okay? But I'm sure that's definitely illegal. All of her problems that she has in the last episode could have been resolved if she just went to the, like, head of the school about this, like the principal. I'm sure she would have had that girl, her roommate, expelled. And she wouldn't have had to live with the boys, though I did love her living with the boys. It gave me so much drama. It was amazing, an amazing time. But now she's about to get expelled because she was living with them, when all she had to do was go to the principal and be like, hey, this girl, not only is she a slob, but she's also recording me at night. And I'm gonna need to either get moved or I'm gonna need her kicked out. That's all she had to do. And yet she didn't do that for whatever reason. You don't even need to go to the principal. Just go to the police. Like, that's a crime. Is it not? I was just like, how is she not more scared about this? I would be terrified. Better than me, because she just like left it. She was like, okay, I'm just gonna move out. That's fine. I'll just move. That's totally fine. I was recorded at night, but no biggie. I'll just leave. Okay. And now look at her on a plane back home. She's kind of in her detective era in this show, because the way that she was uncovering every single secret from her mother's past, kind of a genius. Breaking into hospital rooms, like locked hospital rooms, with her matchmaking skills. Kind of a genius if you think about it. I love the Detective Kitty era that we had in this show. It was really fun. Like I said, I loved uncovering the secrets when it came to Alex and Gina and Professor Lee. I loved it all, even though like Kitty was wrong for most of it because she thought that her and Alex were half brothers. I was like, let's not do this. I was like, I was gagged at first. I was like, wait, this is what they're doing in this show? No. Yuri's half brother, not Kitty's. But wouldn't that be crazy if they actually stuck with that plot? Like, yeah, the Covey sisters have this long lost Australian brother. What? One thing I do love about Kitty, she's a girl's girl at heart. Because when that one boy at the club started to like go through all the stuff that he disliked about Yuri, she got super angry about it. And I was just like, thank you. Thank you. Like, she's a girl's girl. Helped Yuri get into contact with her girlfriend, even though she liked Yuri. I don't know, like a girl's girl at the end of the day. Like, she's a good person, a good friend, but just like a girl's girl. Love that. Also, can we talk about that for a second? Her liking Yuri. The plot twist of all plot twists. I can't even describe to you my reaction when I first watched the slow motion scene of her looking up at Yuri from the DJ booth from the floor. I thought I was seeing things. I thought that my head was slowing down the moment because I felt something happening there, but I thought I was being delusional. I was like, there's no way Jenny Han is going to give us a bi main character or pan or fluid, whatever she is. There's no way. And then that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So she is discovering herself, her sexuality. Throughout the last half of the show is Kitty just being like in a gay crisis, like literally confused as hell. And I loved seeing it. No matter who she ends up with, whether it be like one of the boys or Yuri, I love seeing this kind of storyline for Kitty and just in general. Stories like this get overlooked a lot in media when it comes to like bisexual people. Again, don't know if that's what she's labeling herself as, but if I were to make an assumption, it's nice to see this kind of storyline, especially with Kitty, a character that is so like loved from the masses because it's to all the boys and no one saw it coming. Like the timeline as I speak is still gagging about it right now because it was so out of left field, but the way that they wrote it was perfect. I was going to save this until the very end, but I just need to say that, like, yeah, she likes Yuri. She's a girl lover. Everyone scream, everyone clap, everyone cheer. We got another one. Y'all want her to be a homewrecker so bad though, and it's not gonna happen. Because like I said, she's a girl's girl. She's not gonna break up Yuri and Juliana. That's just not who she is. And the fact that y'all wanted that to happen is weird. Because Yuri and Juliana have been canon this whole season. Yuri has shown no interest in Kitty. Let's be clear. No interest. She's been wanting to get her girlfriend back for 10 episodes straight, making fake relationships and shit to get her girlfriend back. So yeah, I love that like Kitty was able to like discover her feelings for Yuri in the way that she did. But if it doesn't end up being in game, that's okay with me. Personally, like that's okay with me. Because I want to see more of Yuri and Juliana's relationship. I think they're so cute. But anyway, I'll save relationship discourse to like the very end of this video because there's a lot I want to say. Was Kitty being a hypocrite for calling Q out for his Florian cheating issues? Yes. But at least she knew that she was being a hypocrite. Like she didn't deny it. She was like, yeah, I'm being a hypocrite, but it's because I care about you and I don't want you to end up with someone like that. Like it shows bad character. And she's right. Like, I don't know, Q getting mad about that, like, yeah, she's being a hypocrite, but she's not wrong. Like, she's not wrong at all. I don't know, I was on Kitty's side for that argument. I don't know why. And even Q knew he was in the wrong. He was like, I'm sorry, I just don't want to break up with my man. And she was like, I get it. When Yuri found out that Kitty lied about knowing Alex was her brother, she was very quick to get angry and drop her as a friend. But I don't know, Kitty forgiving both Day and Yuri for fake dating behind her back and making her feel shitty about it for like 8 episodes. I don't know, maybe y'all can call a truce. Like, I don't know, if Kitty's able to forgive that, then maybe you could forgive this. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like Yuri was in the right to be mad about it, but Kitty has been put through hell and back because y'all wanted to make a scandal. No, not y'all. Yuri specifically. They wanted nothing to do with it. Yuri specifically wanted to make a scandal to get her girlfriend back, which I am in full support of. But you can't deny that Kitty is a trooper for like forgiving y'all almost instantly. Not even that. Also helping you get your girlfriend back into the country. Like, y'all gotta forgive and forget. Like, Kitty made a point because she's the one that called that out. She was like, I forgave you when you were hooking up with my boyfriend, being fake about it behind my back, not telling me for months. I forgave you. Can you forgive me? Fair point. Like I said, I'm willing to look at it, like both sides of situations. Both points are valid from both. But when she said that, I was kind of like, ooh. Yeah, Kitty is going all the way back home right now, but she's gonna be back to the school because Yuri said so, and Yuri runs this shit. Like, let's not. Yuri called up her mom and said, we're gonna get her back into the school. We haven't had enough drama and mess, and Kitty brings the fun, so we're gonna get her back here right now. Give it like an episode, not even an episode, because these episodes are like 30 minutes. Give it 5 minutes into the first episode of season 2. She's gonna be on the plane ride back with Minho to school after winter break. Trust. So yeah, those are all the characters. So now it's time to talk about what I liked and what I disliked about the show. Let's get into it, shall we? So what I liked, first off, music selection. Let's talk about the music. So if you're not a K-pop lover, exit the room. I'm sorry. But here's the thing. If you're not a K-pop lover and you still like watch the show through, because I know some people turned it off as soon as they heard the first K-pop song. I'm sorry. It's set in Korea. It's set in South Korea specifically. You thought that you wouldn't hear at least like 5 K-pop songs? The fact that they played 5 like literally back to back in the first episode was a little bit overwhelming because I was jamming through every one. I knew the whole entire soundtrack of this show. I was eating it up. The music selection, taste, each song that played, I was like, oh, know it from heart, from memory. As you guys know, I'm a K-pop connoisseur. Can you not see the background? Felt like I made the music selection for this show. Like, it felt really personal to me. Another thing I liked, the gayness. Like I said, seeing a storyline like this in like mainstream television, rare. I liked it. Specifically when it comes to, again, Kitty's sexuality, her discovering herself. We saw it a little bit in Heartstopper from Nick, but it's rare to see it from a woman, I feel like a teenage girl. Kitty's like, what, 16? It's rare to see like a teenage girl main character stuck in like, it's not even a love triangle at this point. It's like a love hexagon because of all of the love interests that she has, but it's because of like she's discovering who she likes, what she identifies herself as. And it was so nice to watch. I loved it. And like I said, even if her and Yuri are not endgame, that doesn't invalidate the whole experience that Kitty went on, discovering that she might not be straight. It's literally fine with me. Like, I'm fine with it. This whole entire thing I'm on board with. When it comes to relationships, this is how I feel, right? Like I said, Day is my number 1 spot. Yuri is a close second, but only if she breaks up with Juliana on her own free will. Like I said, I'm not doing Kitty in a homewrecker era. She's not that way. And I swear, if the writers make her that way, I'm going to be pissed off. Kitty's no homewrecker. She is a girl's girl through and through. She's not going to break up that relationship at all. Down for Yuri in the top spot. And then I realized she has a girl waiting for her in England. Canonically, they are together. They are happily together, in love. So yeah, Day is my number 1. Yuri is number 2. And then it's Minho. That's how I feel. But everyone's saying Minho this, Minho that. We'll see. Because we're starting off the season with those two. So we will see where that goes. No matter who Kitty ends up with, I'm satisfied with how her personal story went. Like, outside of the romance of the show, I really do like what they did with her character. And it was just very satisfying to watch. And it was amazing how no one knew about it. Like the surprise factor of finding out that she's into girls. Like, I'm shocked. I've never been straight baited like this, like, ever. I can't describe to you how I felt in the moment when I found out that she was a girl lover. Cheering, clapping for joy. So happy. Because not gonna lie, the first half I was like, this is the straightest shit I've ever seen. But I was still having fun because it's a really good show regardless. But I was like, this is so straight. And then something just switches. So much fun. I love getting straight baited, but this was a different level because they didn't market it like that at all. Like, you would not know from any trailer or poster or whatever that half of this show is about Kitty trying to figure out her feelings for a woman. Like, oh, it was so well done. You got me, and I'm not even mad about it. You got me. Haha. I'm a fool. I'm the joke, but I'm laughing too. It's fine. I also liked how colorful it was. I love good saturation in shows. Enough with the dull. Let's bring in some color. Bring in the brightness. Make it look joyful. The pacing of the show was perfect. I love good 30-minute episodes. I didn't know how it would fit in like in 10 episodes because the way that the show started, you're just like, there's no way they're gonna wrap this up perfectly in 10 episodes. Especially as it progressed and got messier, I was like, how are they gonna wrap this up in 10 episodes? It was perfectly done. Perfectly done. 10 episode, 30-minute run. Perfect. I was skeptical at first, but you had me on your side. The episodes didn't feel too short either. They honestly felt like an hour each episode. And then I checked, it was like 34 minutes max. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Great writing. That's everything I liked. And then I don't have anything I disliked other than the dialogue. I say this about like most like shows that try to relate to Gen Z. Sometimes the dialogue can be a bit cringe, but I can overlook it if the story is good enough. Sorry. A few people were complaining about like the script writing and the dialogue, and I'm just like, it's not that bad. There are some moments where it's just like, cringe, but you can get over it for the mess that is the show. The excellence that is the show. You can overlook a little bit of weary dialogue because it's excellent. Like, this show is so good. I really need everyone to watch it, and everyone is watching it. Need more seasons. Like, I need Netflix to renew it right now, but who knows when if we'll get a renewal. I'm rooting for it to get renewed. Like, it's so good. It works good as like a companion to All the Boys I Loved Before, but even as a standalone, like at some points I really did forget that this was Kitty Song Covey, the sister of Laura Jane. Like, I totally forgot. Like, this works so well as a standalone show, like disconnected from the To All the Boys I Loved Before movies. It's just a really good show, and I think every one of you should watch it right now. Like, drop everything. If you haven't watched it yet, which I'm confused about because you clicked on this video, go watch it now so it can get a second season. I don't care how long it takes for production, the writing, whatever. Give me my seasons. This could go on for 2, 3, 4 more seasons, and I would be so satisfied because I need to see how this plays out. This show was too messy for me not to like see how this is gonna end. That's the end of this video. I've missed doing show breakdowns. This was so fun. If you guys enjoyed this, thank you. If you'd like to follow me on social media, here it is. I mostly interact on Twitter. Lately I've been doing more Instagram posts though, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can do that. It's all of the social medias are linked in the description if you want to go follow. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.